First time watching Avatar The Last Airbender Netflix live edition or whatever you want to call it. This episode's called Legends. It's the final episode, the finale. Yeah. It's been an interesting journey, a fun journey, some ups and some downs. We'll talk about it all towards the end of the show from start to end. All the good, the bad, the ugly, and beyond. But yeah, for now though, let's get into this episode. Before we do that though, how are y'all doing? I hope you're doing good. I'm doing just lovely. My name's Affan. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Alrighty then. I'm excited to see how this one's going to end because last one left us on quite a cliffhanger. The Fire Nation Army, led by Zhao, is coming to the Northern Water Tribe. And Aang doesn't know how to waterbend. Katara didn't get any training from Paku, although she is getting stronger. How exactly? But is she strong enough to take on an entire army and actually fight? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, and also the Northern Water Tribe has never actually had any experience of real war, so that's an issue as well. So yeah, let's just jump into it without any further ado. Here we go. Ooh, Appa incoming.
We're under attack!
But luckily, you're over water, so it's all good. Katara!
Oh, Katara, there's a new group coming in starboard side.
Oh, Appa tossing them guys off. Hey, and his boomerang, trusty boomerang. I'm loving it. I'm loving how all these others are being such badasses. And then there's Katara with the splishing and splashing. I don't know why the water bending is really weak in this show. Wow, that was a cool moment. Nearly fell off.
To your plan.
That's some kick-ass teamwork.
Wait, wasn't there?
How many more to go?
I thought Sokka was on Appa's tail. Well, there was something else. A lot more many to go. Wow.
You gotta be kidding me.
Well, you're a kid, so. So yeah, it's pretty cool. These symbols at the back, they represent one of the, elements. Legends.
The coastline for fissures. Signs of warm water outflows from this. It could provide a pathway inside.
It's actually pretty smart.
Uncle, Lieutenant would have been proud.
What about Lou 11?
Remember your breath of fire. It could save your life out there.
Breath of fire. The mark in this one is actually pretty cool because it kind of looks like it's like a dragon. His mark, on the eye. Kind of looks like it has scales or Iroh. Man, I love Iroh.
They mean business, but so do we. I'd say it's 50-50. 60-40.
30-70.
But not one vessel.
Oh.
Nation engineers created this.
Oh, this isn't our...
No.
No, this comes courtesy of our spies in Oman.
I was gonna say, it's that engineer dude, right? Whoa.
No, we can make a difference.
Everyone. But yeah, there's gonna be injuries, so you also need healers.
What good is it relying on the past when it stops us from having a future? Get over yourself, you old fool, and let
See if their warriors need any other assistance.
Yep. Come on, let's go.
Make sure the princess stays safe.
I swear I won't leave her side.
Sokka. Take care of her.
He's like, I wasn't gonna leave her side anyways, but now that you say it. Ooh, lovely.
You can start by reinforcing that section. Any incoming fireballs, don't try to take them on yourself. Let me know.
Yes, Master Katara.
Master Katara. I like the ring of that. All right. Ooh. Whoa. They're airborne.
Conquer the North. I knew brute force wasn't going to be enough. I needed an edge.
Piece of wood. So what is inside that?
Looked up to the sky and learned to waterbend by watching the moon push and pull the tides. Balance between light and darkness, yin and yang, life.
And death.
Not thinking of tampering with the spirit world, are you? Are you?
He is. Wow. Okay. Lovely.
Aang.
Kuruk.
Avatar Kurak?
Kurak.
Warn you, my knife is near.
I am. He's kind of. Pause.
One created with materials from the spirit. If it has returned to the north, it can only mean one thing.
Men, women, children. I'm not a monster. No.
I'm only gonna kill the moon.
Lovely.
In doing so, he will throw the entire world out of balance.
No, no. Oh, Momo. Whoa. I think Momo was under the rubble.
Good job, Momo. You actually made yourself useful.
God damn it. Come on. Oh, man.
Is he?
Barely.
Here, come with me. I can help him. We don't have much time.
Does she know how to heal with the water bending? Damn, that's a cool door. Whoa. Oh.
Sacred spot in the north. Waters.
Right. Okay, I see. This is where the fishies are at.
Dummy, don't scare me like
Uh-oh. Look up. It's not casting a shadow, I mean it's covering the moon, so it should. Zuko.
From what I can tell, this one's not designed for combat, just transport.
How do you know that?
Because I helped design the thing.
Yeah?
They could appear as a pair of trees in a grove, or insects.
Either you help me find the spirits, or watch as I burn this whole place to the ground.
Can Avatar Kurak?
Hey, guy.
No.
Hey, guy. Hi, Joe with the burning passion.
And you're coming with me now!
Go. Stop Zhao. I'll deal with him. People have been hurt already.
I don't care.
I wasn't talking to you.
I didn't come this far to lose to you.
That's interesting, you know? She has become very powerful, very strong, which is good. But also, she's barely had any training, you know what I mean? It was a whole issue.
You found a master, haven't you?
No, she has not.
You're looking at it.
Whoa, okay, cool. Pretty interesting fight. Even fight. I mean, it shouldn't be, but alright, cool, it is.
You can't. That would mean the end of our people.
We can't let that happen.
There it is. Ah, there's the fishy.
Push and pull.
Yin and yang.
Whatever you do to that spirit, I'll unleash on you tenfold!
Spare me your empty threat. This can still work out for you, Iroh. Once I take my place as the new Fire Lord, you can stand by my side.
This guy. Hey, guy. Guy. Hey, guy. Hey, guy.
Moon Slayer!
Zhao the Moon Slayer.
For generations, Shao, the Moon Slayer.
Zhao!
He's not intimidating at all.
I can wipe out an entire race of benders. Can you imagine what that's like?
Yes.
Unfortunately, he can.
Release his spirit and I'll go peaceful.
Do you think anyone cares about you? How much of a once I eliminate waterbending, master of 3 elements, doesn't quite have the same ring to it.
It's still 2 more than you.
Don't matter anymore. Actually, I'm not sure you ever did.
Oh, this guy's delusional.
You're right. I don't matter.
He's like, what?
Avatar?
Come on. That was supposed to make you angry and I'm not supposed to agree.
Touching. Not that I care.
Iroh's gonna intervene. Yep. Let's go. Wow, Iroh, you're really slow. Do fish have blood? They're defenseless. Whoa, damn. A Titanic should have been made out of this material. Whoa, that's cool. cool. I thought the ship was gonna break or something. No, that's just a feature. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Turned into a programmer. I like how there's no color anymore. Pretty good touch. Ooh, there's the color. Oh my goodness. The whole building collapsed.
Fall back! Fall back! No!
Wow, this is pretty good, you know. I like the stylistic choice here. The only color comes from fire. When there's no fire, there's no color. Monotone. Oh, they've got boomerangs like Sokka. There's too many.
The moon is gone.
Yue is gone.
There's no hope now. It's over. Bean!
Hope is actually a character in this world, so I hope there is hope. Let's go.
I can save my world. I can save this one.
Oh, the look on Iroh's face. Oh! Wait, so he's gonna become the fishy? Alright. No, hold on, I forgot. He becomes that huge water thingy. There it is. Ooh, let's go. It's Godzilla. I saw Godzilla yesterday. Holy got that little thingies in the back just like Godzilla as well.
Think the spirit you're alive.
Think the spirit? Which one?
That is wrath.
The Avatar.
There is no Avatar. Not anymore.
But we can't.
We must!
Katara.
He's a small man who's going to meet a small end.
Chuck.
He's pretty small, you know. Still thinking about himself.
You're alive.
Ooh, man, fire is cool. It's really cool. Air and earth is too. Water's becoming cool now that we're getting to see a bit more powerful water bending. Ooh, lovely.
Did you really think the Fire Lord was gonna take you back? Ozai was playing with you. It was all a game.
Yeah, that's true.
Is the one without the scar from Daddy.
That's true, unfortunately.
Just using you as motivation for your sister.
This guy just doesn't learn, does he? Such a delusional prick.
Come, nephew.
Zhao, I mean. Also nephew, but you know, we know nephew. Nephew's gonna learn soon. That's pretty brutal, you know? Pretty advanced stuff. How's the fire still on?
Is it dead?
Oh, yeah. You know, whatever you say about this show, you gotta give them one thing. They know how to put on a spectacle. Because that's... Man, this show's been amazing. The way it looks. There's the push.
Aang is lost. All that's left is a vengeful spirit.
There must be something we can do, some way to bring him back to life.
There is something she can do. I'm afraid you're not gonna like it, Sokka.
Sokka, thank you.
Wait, what are you doing?
I was touched by the moon spirit. I have its life within me. Time for me to give it back.
Please, you don't have to do this. No. Yue!
Oh, she's a fishy. And the moon's back. Oh, Yue. In a world where people are so selfish, even the good ones, you know, can be selfish for good reasons, like Katara and Sokka, asking Aang and Yue not to do this. There's these two, Aang and Yue,
Listen to me.
sacrificing themselves, or willing to,
You don't belong in this.
for the good of everyone else.
And the world needs you. I need you.
It's a pretty sweet moment. And he's back! Man, I love that. Aang, I mean Avatar theme or whatever it's supposed to be. So Zhao dead? I mean, he was lit on fire and then he jumped into water, so he might not be. But I hope he's dead. Is it okay to hope that someone's dead if that someone is bad? Asking for a friend. The untrained ones, the younglings, and yeah, Han Solo.
I'm sorry I couldn't protect her.
My daughter always made her own choices.
And
that was not something you or anyone could have stopped.
She sacrificed herself for all of us.
In a moment when she must have been scared, you made sure she wasn't alone. You don't have to be a warrior, be a hero.
That's true. You do not need to be a warrior. You know what they say, not all heroes wear capes, but the best ones do though.
Do you remember how I told you water is the element of change? I'd forgotten what that truly meant. Change is the key to new life. You reminded me of that. We could use your help.
Thanks. Aang still has a journey to complete. So do I. After all, the Avatar still has to learn waterbend.
He couldn't have asked for a better master for you.
What is it?
They still not noticed necklace, or they're ditching that storyline?
An invitation to return anytime.
I guess they're ditching that storyline. I mean, it's alright. It's not a big a deal.
I'm tired. Then you should rest. A man needs his rest.
A man has no name. A man is faceless. A man is on the journey now to seeking truth. The seeds for change have been planted. It's funny, you know how they talked about change and water being the element of change, and now Zuko is on that journey of changing.
How do I do this without causing so much pain?
Aang, this is war. There's going to be losses. There's going to be pain. None of that is your fault.
And the firebenders aren't giving up. We have to prepare for whatever they throw at us next. So stop worrying about the past and start thinking about what you still have to do.
She basically said, stop being a little gather yourself and let's get back to preparation for the next attack.
I think I understand something Gyatso was trying to tell me. He told me, let go of the past, or I'll never have a future.
Yeah.
You're gonna learn waterbending, and I'm gonna make sure of that. And then earthbending.
Which means back to Amashu.
Omashu. Secret Dana.
Anyone else hungry?
Why is everything always about your stomach?
Because it's where his brain is.
Ah, lovely.
With the melon head.
Oh, I could go for a melon.
Melon Lord. Mwahaha.
Just gotta listen to Sokka.
In Sokka we trust.
Conquering the North was always an unlikely proposition.
If that was the case, why attack the North at all?
Distraction?
Distraction
Whoa.
was never the true target.
I'm a seer. Boomy.
Omashu is ours. And now only Ba Sing Se stands between us and the total conquest of the Earth Kingdom.
It's Azula. Come on, we already know. She's short.
If Zuko is strong, he'll survive. If not, sometimes you have to sacrifice the weak.
Wow, lovely. Father of the Year. Yeah, there she is.
Omashu is ours!
She's probably a lot older now, but you know the voice actor or actress for Azula? Her voice had the right amount of crazy in it. You know what I mean? I wish they had gotten her for this role. Not that she's bad, but that voice was perfecto. Is that the end? No, that's not the end.
It's taken 100 years. The time finally draws near.
Oh, right, the comet.
When?
Soon we shall see the return.
Ozin's comet.
Oh, that's the end. Okay. All right. That was pretty interesting. If you guys want to see the full length reaction, that'll be on my Patreon. Also, these videos go first on my Patreon, so you can check it out. All right. This was a very interesting season. A very good show visually. A spectacle, like I said during the reaction as well. So yeah, let's talk about the whole season in general, a little bit about the episode as well. Episode was very similar to how the original one went down. They made changes, obviously, a few changes here and there, but that was to be expected. I mean, it's an adaptation, right? It's not supposed to be a one-for-one copy of that, right? Then I mean, it doesn't make sense to do that. So you are expecting changes, and they made a few changes. Some of them were well received, some of them not so much. So, from the very beginning, so we had first off Aang being able to fly, which was kind of weird because Aang was never really able to fly. I mean, he was able to glide with his glider staff thingy, right? But that was about it. I mean, they had a whole thing. If you've seen The Legend of Korra, which I'm also watching currently, by the way, you'll know that flying is something that has never really happened. I think one person before has done it, Guru Lahima or something, and then Zahir was another person who did. So, like, in the entire history of existence, you know what I mean? Like, from the very beginning to now, there has only been one or two people who can fly. And now Aang, just out of nowhere, can just fly. You know what I mean? So, and the way it was perceived by others watching it is a bit weird, as well as they're just looking at him like, oh, look at him, Aang up to his old tricks, he's just flying again, like as if it's just a thing that happens. So it makes me think basically is that Aang isn't the only one who can fly. Flying is just a thing. That's just a thing that airbenders do. Which I guess it's fine. I mean, yeah, you're significantly changing the lore, but cool, fine, whatever. It didn't really change the story all that much because, like I said, Aang can actually fly, but with a staff, not just like Superman. He can't just fly, In this one, he can do that. So, all right, cool. Like I said, it doesn't really change much, but it's a change nonetheless. So that's one of those changes that doesn't really impact the show all that much, but it's a change still. And if you give Korra any importance at all, because a lot of people seem to not like that show, then it is a significant change because, in that show, they make a huge deal about flying. So there's that. Then you have the whole Sokka situation, him not being the same person and viewing people of the opposite sex a little differently at the beginning, and then slowly learning with Katara and Suki in particular that he's wrong and that he is a child, and that's not a bad thing. I feel like, because the modern times, I feel like they did that because there's like, oh, sexism bad, and of course sexism bad, we agree, misogyny bad, sure, but I think that show wasn't saying that misogyny was okay or sexism was okay. I think what that show was trying to tell us was that it was bad, and it actually gave us a reason. It showed us, why it is bad, and it showed us a little arc, a little journey of Sokka in particular, a very beloved and important character to the show, how he was at the start and how he was at the end, and what he thought was wrong, and learning from that and growing from there as well, and also in the process developing another character, Suki, to be an absolute badass. I mean, the portrayal of Suki in this one, sure, she's still a badass and she's amazing, cool, but I mean, think about it, right? So in an effort to sort of not be sexist, I would say they became more sexist because in every scene they showed with Suki and Sokka, what did it lead to? Like every scene, it was just Suki just googly-eyed over Sokka. And I get it, Sokka is kinda, so I get it. But like every scene, like there's a scene literally with Sokka like shirtless taking a bath or something. He's washing himself and she's just peeping in on him like, bro, what is this show? You know what I mean? There's so many other sweeter, more romantic, more wholesome ways of showing that Suki likes this guy. But yeah, I mean, they made a few changes to Zuko as well as Iroh. I felt like they were a bit more safe with Zuko in this one. They were not trying to make, because I have the first time reaction to the original show on the channel, by the way, and you'll find it very interesting because when I saw that show, of course, I didn't know what was going to happen later on, so that could be a part of it as well. But when I saw that show, I actually disliked Zuko. I actually hated Zuko at the beginning because he was portrayed properly as the villain and as an evil person. I didn't quite get that from this. And again, like I said, I wonder, maybe it is because I know who Zuko is and what he becomes later on. Is that part of it? Or is it because they're just being too soft? I think it's the latter. I think they're just being too soft. But it could be that because I do know what Zuko becomes later on, that I'm not hating him as much as I did when I first saw it. Because at that point, obviously, I didn't know how it was all going to turn out to be. So rather than Suki and Katara showing him the way, showing him why he is wrong, Sokka, in his thinking and in his ways, You just took that away from those two beautiful characters, Katara and Suki. Now, speaking of Katara, Katara is, I think, the one that have been done dirty the most. Because her character is anything but that. When I point to that, by the way, that's the original show's poster. That's what I'm pointing at. Her character is bland. Her character lacks character. Her character has a lack of personality, which is very unfortunate because Katara is one of the most beloved character, but also one of the most important characters. I mean, her sort of purpose or goal in the original show, at least, was to be that anchor for Aang and sort of help him through a lot of difficult scenes, a lot of difficult situations that he goes through. Now, of course, a lot of that is given to what's his name? I forgot his name. Gyatso. Gyat. That dude's Gyat. And that's fine because we were told in the original as well that the bond between Aang and Gyatso was very, very strong and they were very close and they were, I mean, it was master and student, but they were more like friends. And so we got to explore that a bit more, and that's good. Like I said, changes are going to be made. Some you're going to like, some not. I think that was one of the changes that I liked. I thought it was good, but it took away from Katara, and it shouldn't have. Not that Katara should have been given those scenes, or Gyatso shouldn't have been given those scenes, but what I'm saying is Katara should have been given that role throughout their journey as they were moving on. Give him maybe a minute each episode or 2 minutes each episode, every episode. Give him that. Give him that extra activity that Katara and Aang did in the original series. But make it short, make it abrupt, but give us something. There was nothing. There was literally nothing. There was times when Aang and Katara would just talk to each other, and by the power of words, all of a sudden Katara now knows how to bend water, even though Aang doesn't know how to bend water. But now, because Aang said a couple of words to Katara, Katara now all of a sudden knows how to bend. Yeah, I mean, yeah, she got the scrolls from Grand Gran as well, but you know what I mean? And then they sort of took away the whole Master Paku thing away from Katara as well, which I'm like, what exactly are you trying to prove here? Katara is just like that because she's Katara? I mean, that doesn't make much sense, you know what I mean? It was a proper story before. She was weak. She wanted to learn something. She didn't know how to learn it. She got the scrolls. And by the way she got the scrolls, it wasn't just she was handed the scrolls. She had to go through a big ordeal to get that as well. Obviously, we missed out on all of that as well. And then, Aang and Katara together training and learning how to bend and building that bond and also becoming better at water bending. And then at the end, getting Paku to train her as well. Again, you don't have to take away from Paku's, that reluctance and that being stuck in the past. That was still present in the original show, but then that sort of went away in this show. So you can have that while still getting Paku to train Katara and Aang a little bit. So, there's so much I can complain about. I mean, I've already complained about a lot. But what I say, was it bad? Oh, absolutely not. And look, you guys, if you see from episode 1 to episode 8, I gave it a fair shot. You can't say that I didn't. I went in with an open mind. Yeah, sure, after the first episode, I was a bit disappointed, but that's, like I said, that's my bad. I went into too high of expectations. But even after the first episode, in the second and third and fourth and so far, when I lowered my expectations, it didn't land. Some of the deliveries I've talked about, this was bad. Some of the writing is not that great either. But was I entertained? Yeah, actually I was, because it's a spectacle. Like I said, that they absolutely nailed. The effects are absolutely amazing. The show is super dark and gloomy and sad, and the world is very sad as well. And so they gave it their own sort of mood and tone, which I like. They took their own, sort of route with it. I liked another change they made. I'm not sure how many of you like that, but I liked it. The change where the avatars can actually take control of Aang and sort of channel this avatar through Aang's body and use it to help him in combat. I thought it was pretty cool. I actually still am hoping that we will get to see Roku in action through that as well. So yeah, in terms of a spectacle, they nailed it. They absolutely smashed it. It was entertaining for sure. Was it near the level of that show? No. No, not even close. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see how they're going to go about it in season 2 because, of course, this is the first season. Now, sure, they had a lot of source material. They have the comics as well to go off of. But now they have actual fan reactions and fan reviews, as well as the critics. So they're obviously going to take all of that into account. And I'm excited to see how they're going to do it because I do like the show. I did enjoy the show. I thought it was entertaining. So I'm not giving up on the show. It's a pretty good show. So I'm looking forward to season 2. So let me know your thoughts so far and let me know about everything that I've said. I'm sure some of you will agree, some of you will disagree. And, let's do that. Let's have a discussion in the comments down below. Let me know what your thoughts are, what you liked, what you didn't like, what changes you thought they should have made or what changes you thought they shouldn't have made out of the ones that they did make. So yeah, let's have a discussion. And thank you for joining me on this journey. And we'll continue it whenever season 2 comes out. And like I said, if you want to just binge through the original reaction with me, I have that on the channel. I also have Avatar: The Legend of Korra on the channel as well. So check it out, and I will see you guys in the next video, whichever one that might be. Until then, have a nice